Welcome back to the Nerdcore podcast, the podcast reviews the movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 200, 400. Wow, 200. That hasn't been the case in a long time. 471. Yeah, we are way past the 200s by now.
More
Way,
than
way
double.
past. More than double, bro. 471. And as always, is the nerd kind of here to host the show alongside wonderful co host, Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, man? How we doing?
Doing all right. I was off today, so
Oh, shit.
President's Day.
Oh,
So
yeah. Damn. You're not gonna be off tomorrow though, right?
no, I won't be off tomorrow.
Damn, that sucks.
How you
But
doing, Kylie?
what's up, Kylie? Thank you for joining us in chat here. Uh, of course, we're back on a regular schedule. Hopefully, right? Crossing our fingers. Tomorrow, I actually get my booster, and we'll see if everything's okay. And we'll actually ask Rachel if everything's still good for doing commentary tomorrow. But either way, if Doom commentary doesn't happen tomorrow, maybe the free guy will. But we'll see how the vaccine hits me. I'm getting my booster,
Okay,
and yeah. But
see how it goes.
Brad, what's up? What's been going on today, man? What you been up to? What you doing your day off, bro?
Me and my dog's going to hell. What's up, Aiden? Straight riders. At least I'll be in good company. Uh,
Yeah.
I didn't do much today. I got a new for the Oculus. I got a new drum game.
Oh yeah,
So that's been pretty fun.
that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So
Yeah,
that's
man.
kind of what I did that a lot today.
Yeah. Today was pretty busy. We went to go take my brother to a doctor's appointment, and also just got some what's it called stuff done. Behind the scenes stuff done for a bit right now. What's it called? And that's kind of it. I watched the movie when we came back, and right now we're pretty good, doing pretty good here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. I think I
yeah,
watched the movie 2 or 3 days ago.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try to knock out Flea tomorrow or one of these days because I'm still gonna edit right now after this. I got some YouTube videos I need to edit and all that
I
stuff.
think I
So
watched Flea
a week ago.
no, more than that.
Yeah,
Had to be
yeah.
like
Well,
3 or 4 weeks ago, I think.
yeah. When we were supposed to review Flea
Yeah.
was like when all that shit went down. So I was like, oh, well, we're not gonna review it today. And I'm like, nope.
Nope.
But yeah. Either way, what's it called? What's it called? Good Monday tonight, and hope everyone's having a great time whenever you're listening to this or whenever you're watching this. Uh, hopefully everybody's enjoying themselves. Today we're gonna actually open up to our new month that's gonna bleed into March. We are covering movies about dogs. This is
Oof.
Brad's pick for his movie month because predictions don't really happen anymore. We don't have like a prediction game anymore because well, it's kind of tough now, with the pandemic, and also like really, well, we ain't really doing it anymore. We don't cover news a lot anymore on the show and stuff.
Yeah.
So like we're kind of out of tune. Also, I guess now if you're a person on the internet, you might just be able to guess anything that happens on in these movies. Because everything's getting leaked and stuff. So, what's the point of
Pretty
doing
much.
predictions anymore?
We're just getting shown in the trailer.
Yeah,
Stacy. All right, just got a tornado watch alert and ice likely coming Wednesday. Just another week in Oklahoma.
Arklabam. Hey, bro, I feel for you, man. I really do. I really do. But just stay safe for us, Stacy. Be a shame if we see you riding around the wind like in Twister. But yeah, man.
Hey, Coach Pete.
Of course, last year my month was Federico Fellini month, and this year was going to be Brad's. Of course, January did not go as planned at all,
No.
and we going ahead and kicking it off today, and it's gonna bleed into March, and hopefully April will be our first what's it called theme that we'll do throughout the month. But for now, we're just catching up. And we're looking at movies from dogs. Of course, this month is dedicated to the first and official mascot of the Nerdcore, the good old Daryl, where he rests in doggy heaven, wherever that is. Of course, Brad,
That's where I want to be.
that's where you won't be. Yeah,
Yeah, when I die, send me there.
I just hope the dog mafia is not where that's at, because apparently in this movie the dog mafia still can go to heaven.
All dogs go to heaven, bro.
All of them, even the ones that are mobsters.
Exactly.
Well, Brad, this is gonna be your month, and you got all the movies, so that means you get to read all of them.
Sweet.
So, yeah. Other than that, we what did Kylie say here? I remember seeing this as a child. This is actually the first time I watched the film since I was a kid.
Yeah,
The last time I watched this movie was in VHS.
it's been a while. It's been
Yeah,
a long time since I've seen this because there's some stuff that I didn't remember.
yeah, dude. I just remember specific things. I always remember that ending. The ending make me cry like a motherfucker. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, man. What's it called? I can't wait for the spin off. All dogs go to hell. Like, no, actually, some dogs go to hell.
Some dogs go to hell. If they do their first trip to heaven, they come back, then they go to hell. Apparently,
Yeah, they go to hell. Yeah. All right, Brad. Then of course, if you guys have not watched All Dogs Go to Heaven, this is your chance to get out of here because this was released in 1989, so that's way past the cutoff date. But if you have watched it or you don't care about spoilers, you can keep watching. Either way, how it goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I still have not fixed my sound pad, so that's my this is my telling you that it's in effect, and just after this, you're done if
yeah.
you're gonna get spoiled. So, Brad, let's go ahead and introduce them to All Dogs Are Going to Heaven. All Dogs
All
Go to
right.
Heaven.
Coming from our one and only source, Wikipedia, All Dogs Go to Heaven. All Dogs Go to Heaven is a 1989 animated musical fantasy adventure comedy drama film. So it's everything. Directed by Don Bluth and co-directed by Gary Goldman, his directorial debut, and Dan Kunster. It tells the story of Charlie B. Barkin, voiced by Burt Reynolds, a German shepherd that is murdered by his former friend Carface Carruthers, voiced by Vic Tayback, in his penultimate film role, but withdraws from his place in heaven to return to Earth, where his best friend Itchy Itchiford, voiced by Dom DeLuise, still lives in order to take revenge on Carface, but ends up befriending a young orphan girl named Anne Marie, voiced by Judith Barcy in her final film role posthumously. In the process, Charlie learns an important lesson about kindness, friendship, and love. The film is an Irish, British, and American venture produced by Goldcrest Films and Sullivan Bluth Studios Ireland Limited. On its cinema release, it competed directly with Walt Disney feature animation's The Little Mermaid, released on the same day. While it did not repeat the box office success of Sullivan Bluth's previous feature films, An American Tale and The Land Before Time, it was successful on home video, becoming one of the biggest selling VHS releases ever. It inspired a theatrical sequel, a television series, and a holiday direct-to-video film. All Dogs Go to Heaven was released on DVD on November 17th, 1998, and as an MGM Kids edition on March 6, 2001. It had a DVD double feature release with its sequel on March 14th, 2006 and January 18th, 2011. The film was released in high definition for the first time on Blu-ray on March 29th, 2011, without special features except the original theatrical trailer.
Damn.
Running time 85 minutes. Budget was 13.8 million. Box office was 27.1 million. So technically a success.
Yeah, technically a success. There are so many Italian Americans in this movie voicing these characters. Holy shit,
The
man.
freaking Burt Reynolds. I didn't even know Burt Reynolds was the voice till I had looked it up. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was
I,
like,
we
holy
probably
shit.
need to get this out of the way. But the little girl Anne Marie, the reason they say posthumously, Judith Barcy was killed by her father. If
Oh, real?
people
Oh,
didn't know
shit.
that, it was a murder suicide. The father murdered Judith and her mother, and then killed himself. And
Jesus
it
Christ.
was really sad during the time because Judith was in the voice of Land Before Time.
Hmm.
She was in this. She was a very well known child actress.
Competed with Little Mermaid.
Competed.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Stacy.
That's really fucked up, man. That's so sad. But yeah, I was like, I didn't look at the what's it called, the post honesty. I was like, it's probably like a little girl who like it was a girl. It was a a teenager or something, or it was an adult who just could do
No,
a really
I
good.
think she was. I want to say 7 or 8, 8 or 9, in
Yeah, no,
between
she was
there.
10, man. She was
Yeah,
10.
yeah.
When she died. Oh, it's really really fucked up. But yeah, man, there's a fuck ton of Italian Americans voicing these characters. I mean, they got one of the guys who was in one of the first Scorsese movies to voice Carface, bro. Like,
Hey,
I'm like, dude, when I heard the cast in here, I was like, There are so many Italian
I
Americans
will
in
I
here,
will
man.
say the voice acting in this is fantastic.
Oh,
Like
fantastic, fantastic.
fantastic. It's like weirdest voice casting. But when you go into a Don Bluth film and you'll learn this, every Don Bluth film is not your average, like animated movie, Disney animated movie.
No, no.
It's dark and it's different and it's gonna get weird.
I also
I
kind of forgot how much like animated films MGM was making at the time as well, and how much like MGM actually had a play in in the animated films
Well,
back
American
then.
Tail was huge.
Yeah.
I mean that spawned sequels and everything. But I didn't remember, like, this was one of my favorite movies as a kid,
Hmm.
and I I rewatched this and I'm like, my parents let me watch this.
Like this
Like,
is incredibly morbid.
yeah, there's scenes in this. It's just like Charlie gets run over by a car. He's
Hmm.
murdered by getting run over by a car. Then he's sent to hell. And that is like, the boat and everything coming out of lava. It's just like,
Like,
why are millennials so fucked up? This is the reason.
yeah,
Don Bluth is the reason.
but Brad, what did you think about it watching it now? What are your thoughts?
There's
Initial
there's
thoughts?
certain aspects of this that do not hold up. I will
Oh
say I
no.
still love the animation. I still love the
Hmm.
voice acting. All that is great. There are like some comedic like scenes back in the day that were overtly racist. Like there are multiple like throughout this, but you go through basically like any animated movie in the 80s or 90s, you're gonna find that. Um, but this is still enjoyable. Like,
Hmm.
I wouldn't let kids watch this though until they were like, I don't know, 11, 12 maybe, because you go to the theater and they're like, oh, don't let your kid come watch this. It's a kid movie, but it has dark scenes in it. Like, don't do that with the kids in this one. Like, there's like some scary shit.
Yeah, I was watching this. I was like, wow. Like, I mean, this is another one of those examples where the film is like obviously apparently like catered to children, right? But it's got some really adult themes in there. But also, did you even take a look at that story by credits, bro? Look how many people are
Yeah,
in those writing credits. Like,
yeah.
holy shit, man!
Like,
Y'all had the
like,
whole fucking room.
did they actually like all write this, or were they just kind of thrown in there like executive producer?
Yeah, they
Executive
all probably like
producers kind
threw
of
in
throwaway.
ideas. Yeah, they probably threw in ideas, and then David N. Wise was the one who like created the script and put it all together. But like all of these people had a story by credit, and
And I
that's
will
nuts.
say the story is pretty convoluted. Like, it
Hmm.
goes in a lot of different directions, and there's some scenes on it. Like, I get it's animated. Like, we don't do a lot of animation on the show. We don't really talk a lot about
Yeah.
animated movies. So I guess you have to give a little bit of leeway for the story in some
Yeah.
aspects because it is animated. But the story isn't like the greatest. Like, they could have done some other stuff and made it
Hmm.
flow a little better.
Yeah, because like remember like they're still trying to somewhat make this, accessible for children. So they
Yeah.
kind of make it a little bit like fantastical and fun, in which like this movie is actually pretty good. I like this movie. It's not the best thing I've ever seen.
No.
It's also very different from when I watched it as a kid.
Mhm.
Of course, the ending always gets to me. What's it
Oh,
called?
the
Yeah,
ending
Charlie
hits you in the
dying.
gut.
Yeah, gets you in the guts. The animation is actually still pretty good. Like but there was I was watching it on HBO, and there's like just parts where like the film is just cutting, like the film is actually like you can see like cuts going through like that, and it's like ooh, and it's like really really grainy, and I'm like,
Which
man, if
which you wonder because this thing has a Blu-ray release. Like, you think they would have
yeah,
fixed all that.
yeah, sometimes they just kind of transfer and they just upscale it to like
Yeah,
1080p, and
making
that's kind
sure
of it.
people try not to notice. I mean,
Yeah.
I personally didn't notice that. I wasn't really looking for it, but I'm sure if you like tell me where to go look, I'll see it.
Yeah, but I think that the story is like somewhat, it's interesting, and the way that it kind of plays out is interesting, but like it
I
never.
just love two dogs own a casino and one dog wants to off his partner. That's that's really the gist of it. It goes from
Yeah,
there.
I also love that it's just like there's a fucking mafia of dogs here, bro. Like, let's be real here.
Yeah, he's running a casino. It's the mob. Like,
Yeah,
and then like they're like having the little girl talk to animals that they're betting on. Like, this goes into some serious like get the kids in early to gamble. I guess. Like,
yeah. But I also found it touching how like the kid just wanted like a family, and at the end that's what she gets. She gets her family, and she even gets to stay with Itchy, and
yeah,
it's it's a cute and beautiful movie. It's just of course it's like now being alive for more years than I have, and having watched movies more years now, I have found animated films that kind of do a bit more like this, but do it just better.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
mean,
I
duh. Like and that could be to technology. It could be to just better story writing.
storytelling. Yeah.
For back in the day, this was like probably Don Bluth did something different back in the day than Disney was doing, and he made like these what Walt Disney was doing, was more cartoony, more like
Hmm.
childlike, and Don Bluth kind of added this element, this dark element to it, which is always kind of cool to go
Yeah.
revisit.
I just wish they also could have given more life to New Orleans. Like, you know, it doesn't look like New Orleans, Like
Yeah,
it
I
has
mean
those
you
things that like, the rails on top, and that like, oh, that anybody who's ever been to New Orleans, that those buildings always have rails on top. There's other floors, right? But
yeah.
like it doesn't feel like New Orleans.
No, and they could have done a better job than that.
Yeah.
Um, there's, I mean, yeah, like the whole scenery. This really is a character kind of focused. That's
Yeah.
what it is. They have, like I said, the voice acting in this is still great. But it's really mainly focused on the characters. They don't really go for settings, unless you count the giant freaking crocodile that comes out of nowhere.
That crocodile, man. That
Man,
crocodile is one is
he
the
wanted
savior.
Charlie. He wanted to bone Charlie. I'm just
I
saying.
wanted to fuck Charlie, man. Yeah, that's something. But yeah, at the end, it ended up what's it called, saving Charlie, because
Yeah,
it's called they helped him out, and yeah, poor kid was also dying of fucking pneumonia. Like that's crazy. Like
yeah. No shit. Like these
what?
dogs cannot take care of a human. Like what the hell?
So they go from Reynolds to Charlie Sheen in the sequel, then to Steven Weber, notably from the TV show Wings in the TV series, can kind of tell how the revenue went downhill.
Yeah, like when I go back and I go, this was Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, this is the guy who played a porn director in Boogie Nights. This is this is what's called the Sundance Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid.
Yeah,
Like,
just like it works. Like, don't get me wrong, but I go back and I go, Burt Trans Am, Burt Reynolds
yeah, I'm sorry,
in a
not
child movie, and
not
then like I'm trying like put in my head how this voice acting thing went, because back in the day they had like the voice actors all together saying their lines. So was it just Burt Reynolds and like a little girl just like saying lines at each other? That just I
yeah,
don't see Burt Reynolds doing that, but here we
yeah.
are.
I'm sorry, not Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. The Smokey and the Bandit, Smokey and the Bandit. But
Now I'm looking at Burt Reynolds, Dom DeLuise, and Judith Barcy all in a room. Like just
yeah, you
it
got some
blows my
serious
mind right now.
testosterone in those mixing booths, bro. In those voice act.
Just
I mean,
Burt Reynolds smoking in his fucking booth, just
yeah.
talking. Dom DeLuise drinking.
Poor little girl just hacking up a lung for a
Oh
little
God,
smoke.
sounds like God damn.
Yeah, it's nuts. But I think Burt Reynolds did a good job. I think everybody
No,
kind of did a
like
good
the
job.
voice act, like that's the one thing I really enjoyed is just hearing these voices and going, these are very memorable to me. Like, why is that? And then I go look him up and go, oh, that's why. Like Itchy's voice, like Dom DeLuise by himself is just like it's great. Like it fits the character. Carface, like you said, they got someone from The Godfather. Like it fits. So everything like fits in this voice wise.
Also, what's it called? He wasn't in the Godfather. He was in what's it called? Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
Okay.
But what's it called? Also, Charles Nelson Riley, who plays Killer. Good
Mm-hmm.
lord, I fucking loved Killer. Killer's funny. I liked Killer.
And
But
Killer had that little redemption arc at the end because he's pushing the little girl.
Yep,
So
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. But Ken Page, what's it called, was the King Gator, and I'm glad that the Ken Page did a great job as the
Y-
Gator too.
I mean, great vocals. Like
It's great
any,
vocals.
like the songs in this even kind of worked. That was,
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was,
Also, you cannot tell me that the pathway to heaven in this film isn't fucking Snake Way. That's Snake Way. That is goddamn Snake
all
Way.
I can tell is Charlie was fucking bored with it. Like right when he stepped in, he's just like, nah,
This is it? Like, nah, I'm good.
nah, man,
No,
I'm
I'm
out.
good. Yeah.
And then he got to hell. He's like, oh God, no.
Oh man, but
Can we just focus on that hellscape for a bit? Like
oh, it's crazy. It's
it,
scary.
that's legit scary. That's like we've seen a lot of hellscapes, like or death or whatever from movies
Mm-hmm.
we've seen. This is legit one of the scariest ones I've seen. Like just lava and the boat that takes you across, just popping out of lava, and it's just like, what the hell? Like were they like? I want to know like what the animators were on when they did this because they were like, yeah, this is a children's movie.
Yeah, I'm just intrigued by what Don Bluth, what's it called, what he took inspiration from to create that hellscape. I want to know what it is. Uh,
The nine circles.
does that make Charlie Goku? Back in the day of VHS,
Kame.
100%. Yeah, I had this one in VHS, but yeah, Don Bluth also made like The Secret of NIMH and fucking Anastasia. So it's he has
Don
a
Bluth.
style, and it
Yeah,
shows. He has a style.
and like it's always been a style of animation that I've liked.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've always liked Don. Like he did oh, I forget. It had like a big rooster or something, but that was a very dark movie too with the owl.
Yeah,
Um, like
trying to see what
Charlemagne.
else I've seen from him.
Like,
Like I
let
never
me let me
saw
click.
the sequel, Dogs Go to Heaven too, but Pete's Dragon. He did but that was an uncredited. Let's go. He did like the first thing he did was like the old Pete's Dragon, and it was
Secret
like what's it
Nim.
called,
You
animation
kind of you
director.
kind of go through here, and Disney kind of Disney would touch on death and like dark scenes, like with the Lion King. Like they touched on death a little with Scar
Hmm.
and all that. Like Don Bluth like totally goes in and like throws it in your face and like yeah, like you look at American Tail, Land Before Time, All Dogs Go to Heaven, and then Rockadoodle, which is the one I was talking about. Like there is like really dark, scary and scenes that I don't know, maybe like that's why like we're all cynical. Is because we
Yeah,
got all this so early in life and we're just like, yeah, if I die, I die.
if I die, I die. But either way, what's it called, Brad? What are you gonna go ahead and give this movie?
I'm gonna give this like it's not perfect. It doesn't hold up all the way. I really do like it. But I'm probably gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. It's not something I'm gonna watch again. But I'm
Not
glad that
for
I
a
was able.
while. I
Yeah,
mean, I
I'm
don't
glad
think
I
there's
was able
really
to.
it I don't think there's really a point to unless I want to scare my like nephews, but
Look, man, I'll say that I've seen worse animated movies, like The Page Master, like whatever that one is. Yeah. Um, and this doesn't get anywhere close to that. This is
Yeah,
actually
the
this.
Page Master's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, Page Master is pretty fucking bad.
Pretty fucking bad.
Oh God, Macaulay Culkin, you went to do better things in your career. But I hope everyone has a wonderful time. And as always, of course, what's it called? We want to thank everybody for watching. We want to thank the people who are in chat. We want to thank our patrons mostly, most importantly, because they help make the show possible. Of course, we want to thank our associate producer, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah, for sticking along for as long as you have. We want to thank our executive producer, Shane, who I'll tell you this, Brad. He does know that he gets charged. He's like, yeah, I see it, and I was like, oh shit, I do that, right? But he says like, "Hey, man, you guys take the money, you do what you do with it, and I know that it's for good. It's for a good reason."
Thank you, Shane.
Thank you, Shane. Your money and your spirit is very appreciated, dude. Page Master's bad, Kylie. I don't know what the hell.
It does not hold like there is
Uh,
a part of me that like just it's one of those like yeah, I'll watch it like and I'll probably like it, but I know it's not good.
No,
I
no,
know it's not good.
no. Um, we also, but Brad, where can you find Shane?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/xsrk or on Twitter xsrk underscore. Go buy something from him at thriftedil.com whenever that comes back. Or Raul, where can they find him actually in real life?
Prison City Vintage in the Illinois area. And yeah, thriftedil.com doesn't exist anymore. But I
Yeah,
asked Shane, I'm like, what the fuck happened to the site? And he goes, I just had too much to do and I couldn't manage it. And I'm like, it's where you get somebody, bro. Shit, man. If it's literally just updating the site, putting pictures, the description, and the picture, shit, I would have fucking done it.
yeah,
Throw me like $5 just for doing it. I don't care.
yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck, man? But what's it called? Prison City Vintage. He has what's it called? Illinois Vintage Fest 7 happening like in April, I think, or March. I'm not sure, but I will update with the details. But of course, just keep up to date with him on Twitter and Instagram. Thrifted.il.
That's why I love Stacy.
I
I don't
know.
know. Diamond Dallas Page Master was all right.
Shut up, Casey
Bam.
Kasem. Yeah. And of course, we want to thank our writer Tony
Hey Tony.
at Real Nerdy Dad on Twitter. Go and follow him. He's awesome. And of course, we hope all of y'all had a wonderful time. And we will see you all on, well, tomorrow, hopefully, is our Dune commentary. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, what's it called? We will be on Patreon at the $2 tier and above, y'all. $2 tier and above will get you now the commentaries. But $1, if you still want to become a patron at the $1, you get the backlog. You get the back catalog of a lot of things that have happened in the Patreon, and you get access to posts and stuff. But $2 tier, y'all can go ahead and what's it called? See our commentary of Back to the Future. But if that's not the case, we will see you all on Thursday for our review of Flea. And yeah, can't wait to talk about another animated film. We really should just do more animated months here, because
Yeah, probably. Like
yeah,
we don't do them often,
we
and
also
I
got to
think
the point.
I think
Yeah,
we'll be surprised at some of the films that, like the last one we did. I think that was for I don't remember. It was a good film though.
yeah. I also think that we've kind of gotten to the points where it's kind of hard for us to choose a theme month now. So like having selected months that we can give a theme now are gonna save us a lot of hassle. So instead of having to choose like five different themes a month, we finally have like, we have a set documentary month, we have a set animated month,
Yeah,
and then international and then horror,
and
and
I
it's
mean,
like
and when movies do start, because we're getting more television, we're getting more movies. Like
yeah,
that keeps churning up, so we will be talking about new stuff that comes up because we already
yeah,
have that booked of a bunch of new movies. So
yeah,
we'll be reviewing those or just giving
yeah.
our thoughts.
And of course, like if a specific director does put out a movie in a certain month, we're like, oh shit, okay, that's our cue. Let's do their month and stuff like that. But yeah, either way, it was a fun time, and I will see you all on the next one. But in the meantime, Brad, send them out.
Right, Raul. Thank you, being host as always. Thank all those who joined us in chat today. Thank to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And in this episode, I'll just reiterate: all dogs go to heaven. Young Yoda out.
Except for the bad ones, they go to hell.